Hello, we are group number 13, and for our project, we compared the US version of the IKEA website with the Qatari version. First, we assessed the cultural relevance of the web page. We noticed that IKEA had many Swedish words and phrases across their US web page. We recommended that they remove all Swedish words and phrases. Swedish is not a national language in the United States and therefore does not have a reason to be used. The localization of the web page can be seen through three key components: the Ask Anna automated online assistant, the Bring Your Own Friends banner, and the IKEA US Sustainability Report. The Ask Anna automated online assistant will respond to queries in English, and the Bring Your Own Friends banner will prompt users to bring friends to local IKEAs for rewards. The US Sustainability Report prompts the user to a PDF showing IKEA's strides to be a sustainable company that can improve local American communities.
The US website has developed interface metaphors with cultural significance in many ways. They try to achieve this by having content that is meaningful to the user. They try to achieve this by adding information about the IKEA US Sustainability Report, since improving American communities is important to many people. Another way that they try to show that IKEA can give value to the American user is by showing that their product will make the user's life more peaceful. Many times Americans get very stressed and wish to relax more. So by IKEA advertising with sayings like "discover the secret to living in harmony" and "waking up in the Swedish countryside" appeals to the user. However, we recommend that IKEA could attract Americans more by eliminating some stuff on the homepage to make it seem less overwhelming. Another value that Americans have is that they love making things easier. IKEA attracts Americans by providing information and planning tools to making shopping easier. However, we could make the process of shopping online easier. It is somewhat difficult to find a type of item or a category. Another thing that Americans care about is money. Americans love saving money and getting great deals. IKEA clearly shows the price, and if it is a deal, it says new lower price. However, we recommend IKEA can improve this by adding a sales section easily found so that users can easily access deals.
The US IKEA webpage uses eye-catching tones and colors for a variety of reasons. For example, they use red on the "Discover the Secret to Living in Harmony" banner. In Western culture, the color red represents danger, love, passion, excitement. This tagline will excite the reader and make him or her more likely to want to explore the interactive catalog to find the secret to living in harmony. IKEA also uses a large amount of blue across their website. Blue is not only a company color, but a color that is often used by many banks to symbolize trust in Western culture. IKEA uses this color on the links to the user's account, shopping cart, shopping list, and email lists. This will make the user more likely to trust IKEA and sign up for the mailing list or enter their credit card information into the website to make a transaction. We felt that the color palette of the IKEA page instilled the right feelings in the visitors, and we recommended that the colors stay the same.
When analyzing tone in respect to languages on the US and Qatar websites, we observed a subsidiary approach. A subsidiary approach integrates global, regional, and local content. Global content is produced centrally, translated, and used internationally. Regional content is also translated and used in a regional context. Local content will be produced locally in the local language without the need for translation. On the IKEA site, there is a common global content, specifically branding and company information. IKEA's branding is uniform across all of its global sites. The About page contains general company background and history, which is consistent on the US and Qatar side. There is a page detailing services, news, and events. As for the facts, the questions are general to a typical web user. For example, how can I find the closest IKEA? Or how can I request a catalog? On the other hand, The answers are regionally and locally specific, depending on the type of question. Also, because both countries' dominant language is English, there's no distinct language difference across the US and Qatar site. Descriptions on the US site tend to appeal to pathos with the use of taglines like "Wake up in the Swedish countryside" and "Discover the secret to living in harmony." In addition, the US site utilizes more local catchphrases such as BYOF, which is "Bring your own friends." This differentiates it from the Qatar website, which is more professional and straightforward in terms of tone.
IKEA's homepage is the first impression any site visitor will have of the company. Unfortunately, it is currently cluttered with product advertisements, shopping tools, and company news and inspirations. Such components need to be reorganized on the page to ensure that they are easily accessible and recognizable to the average American user. As a result, we recommend that sections are clearly created and organized on the homepage. We propose that recent news and events be featured first, given its time sensitivity and high relevance to customers. For instance, IKEA's March 9th event, Bring Your Own Friend, which features free food, free bags, giveaways, and seminars, needs to be headlined in order to ensure that any site visitor will be well aware of such event details. Below this should be links to provide a more personalized shopping experience. This consists of planning tools such as their 3D kitchen planner, children's storage planner, along with delivery and assembly services. The compilation of such tools will allow any visitor to easily design, purchase, and plan for delivery, allowing IKEA to brand themselves as a full-service organization. This personalized experience is followed by links at the top of the page to one's IKEA account, shopping cart, and shopping list, which prompts a customer connection to IKEA. We do recommend that IKEA continues to promote their Ask Anna, an automated online assistant tool alongside their search bar, given that Ask Anna operates similar to a search engine, but simply promotes a more intuitive experience. In the bottom right of the page, we recommend that IKEA uses the space to advertise their deals of the week and sales items. Currently, IKEA features a number of product pictures matched with their respective prices on their page. While Americans are definitely interested in low prices and good quality products, their current displays are scattered and inconvenient to the user. Having all of these deals and sales allocated to one section and linked to their respective pages will target consumers who are looking for a great deal for a low price. Last but not least, at the bottom of the page, we recommend that IKEA compiles and highlights basic company information, including but not limited to catalog requests, FAQs, store locators, and career information. All these components that advertise at low prices, personalized shopping experience, and company news and inspiration, once well organized, can serve to better brand IKEA.
The design for this prototype is based on the analysis of both the Qatar and the US websites of IKEA. For the prototype, we have introduced services such as online assistant, customer service, and most importantly, online shopping. The homepage consists of two parts: the image carousel that aims to grab the user's attention to different content on the website, and products with prices to draw users of the website to buy from IKEA. Since the designers of the website rely on the colors of the logo for the color palette, yellow could be used more for the Qatar site as it symbolizes happiness and prosperity and has a more positive meaning in the Middle Eastern culture than the color blue. Upon entering the page, the visitor gets to select a language, Arabic or English, and can also browse the website on the phone, since the majority of people in Qatar are smartphone users. The basic feature we want to introduce is online shopping, with a clear positioning of how to shop online and the shipping and refund policies. This page can be reached by the second section of the navigation bar, as it is the main feature of the website. Users get to browse the products based on rooms, and there is more flexibility in browsing on the website rather than downloading a catalog. This is an example of the living room, which can be reached from the navigation bar as well. When the user finishes shopping, he gets directed to this page. The orders made on the website deliver strictly to Doha and cities in Qatar, and products can be added using the product's article number. Users can also continue their shopping after reaching this page by clicking on Back to Shopping link. Another important feature is stock availability. Users don't only get to browse products, but they can also look for products by their name or article number online. And these are our enhancements for the Qatar website based on our findings.
There were two main lessons that our group learned. The first was clear communication is key. There can easily be misunderstandings, especially when we lack the opportunity for face-to-face communication. While Google Hangout and Skype are, as a result, useful alternatives, internet delays and sound feedback can easily inhibit clarity of a discussion. As a result, it is important to constantly and consistently ensure that everyone is on the same page.
The second lesson that we learned is that we should always work on a common and accessible platform, viewable and editable by all team members. While there is a wide array of collaborative online resources available to us, it is important that each person is aware of the platform and resource being utilized. For example, Google Docs are beneficial for compiling ideas, but less so if each person is working on individual Google Docs and not sharing access. Likewise, Basecamp is extremely practical for assigning tasks and starting discussion. However, if not all individuals know how to utilize its features, or prefer to go about via alternative means, this resource becomes rather useless.
We were able to excel in our logistics, communication improvements, and work quality. Our team promptly put together the survey and gathered participants for the first phase. We were able to schedule video meetings, delegate tasks, and follow up on one another effectively through Google Talk. We had communication hiccups in Phase 2, which were gradually resolved through the use of management software such as Doodlepole, Basecamp, and Google Docs. Each member's investment led to thorough data analysis and thoughtful conclusions.
Looking back at our global team experience, many things would have been done differently. The first is to assign roles for each team member. This way, no one will end up taking someone else's role or have 3 people trying to lead the team in different directions. Also, always have trust in your team's capabilities. It is a team project, not an individual project, and each team member should have an equal opportunity to contribute. Plan ahead of time to avoid fragmented efforts and lack of clear understanding of goals, and remember that communication is the key. Always keep the other side updated and informed.
In terms of collaboration tools and such, we relied predominantly on Doodlepole, Google Forms, Google Docs, and Basecamp to help with gathering data, tracking our progress, and enhancing group communication. We recommend using all of these for the following reasons. Doodlepole was useful for compiling available times for everyone. Google Form was beneficial in compiling survey data and information for analysis. Google Doc was useful for compiling our work and progress onto one page. Basecamp was helpful in providing an arena for discussion, task assignment, and task reminders. We realized that relying on email to schedule times and discuss project components is rather inefficient, especially with localizational time differences. In addition, for it being time-consuming to sort through. Email usage should be limited to addressing urgent matters and general comments towards the group.
Throughout Phase 2, we overcame various obstacles with regards to communication, scheduling meetings, and organization. In Phase 2, we used Doodlepole to facilitate the scheduling of meetings. We continued using Google Documents as it was extremely efficient from the start. By using Google Documents, we were able to track each other's work at all times regardless of the time differences. Finally, in Phase 2, we introduced Basecamp to our team. Basecamp is a project management and online collaboration software. We used Basecamp mostly for organizational means. We were able to set internal deadlines, checklists, and assign work for each member of the team.